Yeah, Solid Hill TDS, what's up? Yeah, come on. I.O.W. Sports Network, late night edition. Let's go. Come on.
We about to raise the bar. Wild card mar. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card mar. We about to raise the bar. Wild card mar. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card mar. Hey. L Boogie with the hot flame, ashtray full of top names, little tree for your membrane. This the 9-hour time frame. I just snatched up a 6-pack, got my hands on a lid pack, whipping up a little batch of snacks. Yeah, man, I think I'm all set. Late night, can't sleep, go ahead and just tap in. Better grab you a cold one, and we about to get some laughs in. Wild card on the microphone, he'll hit you with a couple flurries. Y'all need to just strap in for some entertainment sports commentary. We about to raise the bar. Wild card bar. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card bar. We about to raise the bar. Wild card bar. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card bar. Hey. Wild card bar. Wild card mar, I.O.W. Late night sports. Wild card mar, wild card mar, I.O.W. Late night sports. Wild card mar, wild card mar, I.O.W. Late night sports. Wild card mar, wild card mar, I.O.W. Late night sports. Hey.
Give me a second, let me light up real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, welcome to the I.O.W. Sports Late Night Hour Edition, hosted by Mr. Modelo himself. You already know the name by now. You know what I'm saying? Wild Card Mar. You already know the vibe. Pull up, let's go.
We about to raise the bar. Wild card mar.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How's everybody doing? It's your boy Wildcard Mar. We are in the building. Yes, we are in the building. Hope everybody is having a fantastic Monday. Man, it's always a pleasure to be here. I.O.W. Sports Late Night Hour Edition, episode 333. Such a blessing to be here. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And damn, do I have a jam-packed show for you guys tonight. We got a few topics we are going to discuss that are very, very, very important. Hey, what can you say? Aaron Judge, he's going to be out for an extended period of time. What does that mean? What does that mean for the New York Yankees? We'll discuss that. Victor Wembanyama. Yeah, Wembanyama. They've been going Wembanyama crazy down in San Antonio. I saw news that he won't be participating in the FIBA World Cup. I think it's a bad idea. I think he should be competing in that, and I think he should be competing in the NBA Summer League. Stay tuned for that, and I'll break the reasons why he should. All right. Then, hey, what do we always talk about on I.O.W. Sports? Coaching matters. Yes, coaching matters. And I'm going to break down on why coaching matters and why one team in the NFL is going to look mighty different without certain coaches. And we'll get into the specifics of that. So like I said, we'll end up having some organic conversation. You feel me? Because that's what we do here. But I'm looking very forward to tonight's show for sure. So, hey, do what y'all got to do. Get you, I'm drinking coffee today. I know I normally don't. So get you a drink of your choice and get you I like to talk sports with a little sticky icky. Get you some of that if you need to. Whatever libation to get you ready for this next little 55 minutes of great sports talk conversation. Do what you got to do. But before we do that, got to give a shout out to my guy, Silent Hill. You know the drill. My guy is literally, he's a genius, a musical genius. He's a guy that made the great Late Night Owl Edition theme song for the podcast. So I'm always shout my guy out. Definitely big time. Tap in with him, Hitchhikers on YouTube. And then you already know all the social media at the bottom of the screen. I.O.W. Sports Related, I.O.W. Sports Network on Facebook, Instagram, and most importantly on the YouTube channel. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Let you know every time we drop new content. But that's where all the content is stored at. I.O.W. Sports Network on YouTube. I.O.W. Sports 1 on Twitter as well. You want to chop it up on Twitter? Hey, I'm on Twitter all the time. So y'all can holler at me on Twitter. KC Wildcard Mar. I'm always flapping my gums about something sports related. Hey, you have debates, you have a beef with anything that I say. Hey, you can reach me on there. I ain't hiding. Trust me, I ain't hiding. But if not, Wildcard Mar on Facebook and Instagram. Hey, but look, let's get down to business. Got a top play. And I found this very humorous. This is hilarious. I think you guys would have a great appreciation for this. Check out my top play that I saw from this weekend, but it's the top play of the night. Let's take a look.
I got a gift for you.
Oh, okay.
You went shopping?
From all of us, you know. Open it up, Cap. Come on.
Oh, so nice, so touching.
Nice. Great teammate. Oh, oh,
Turn it around.
Oh!
Come on, man.
Derek Jeter Red
that's a
Sox
gift.
jersey. It's been a great time spending with you guys here. You won't see me anymore. Well, it's my last day at Fox. It's been a good 24 hours. You're unbelievable.
I don't know about y'all, but that's funny stuff right there. That is funny stuff right there. Hey, give me that. Give me Derek Jeter, give me David Ortiz, and put them in the studio, put a camera on them, and let them talk baseball, and just let them have fun. I think that was that was good. That was a good rib from David Ortiz getting the Red Sox jersey with Jeter on the back. That was hilarious to me. And then Jeter's response, he just tried to get this shit out of here. Hey, man, I love to see that. I love to see the fact that, hey, these two are no longer playing baseball. They're supposed to be up here, be professional and analysts, but they can show that they can still have a good time and make fun of each other. And and tell jokes live on air. I mean, that was good stuff. David Ortiz giving Derek Jeter a Red Sox Jeter jersey is hilarious. It's the same way if he turned around and gave Ortiz a Yankees jersey. To me, that's hilarious because it makes fun of just, you know, the rivalry. You know, using that as the background of the joke and just poking fun at each other. Because now you got two former Yankees and one Red Sox on the panel. You saw A-Rod right there too. So, man, that was funny. That was good stuff right there from David Ortiz and the fellas. That happened when they was England. Did anybody know that the Major League Baseball had 2 games in London? I had no idea. That goes back to all the stuff that we talk about on this show with Major League Baseball. They fail to maximize on their opportunity to advertise things like that. Like people want it. I didn't know. I had no idea. Matter of fact, I didn't even know that baseball was getting big over in certain parts of Europe. Obviously, I know Japan plays it. China plays it. And places like that. Obviously, there's a French national team and an Italian national team at the World Baseball Classic. But I had no idea if baseball was getting popular like that in Europe. Obviously, soccer's first, football that they call it, cricket, tennis, even hockey. I would have thought all that would have got played before baseball did, for sure. But it's just I learned something new every day. I had no idea that especially in London, that Europe, in that part of Europe, that baseball was getting big. I had no idea. And so you had a 2-game set over there between the Cardinals and the Cubs, Saturday and Sunday, which is, to me, it's I didn't mind the matchup. Obviously, the Cubs aren't doing well, and the Cardinals, a surprising, struggling team right now. I'm not tripping about the matchup, but I think they sent that over there because you look at the rivalry between Cubs and Cardinals. It makes sense why you put that matchup over there. Although I would say Yankees and Red Sox would make the perfect sense to put over there, especially if you got Derek Jeter, A-Rod, and David Ortiz in the house. That would have made perfect sense for Major League Baseball. But again, Major League Baseball, why you didn't really advertise this? Because here's my thing. We all got to be honest. When NFL has international games, we hear about it. All right? When they release the schedule in April or start leaking the schedule out, what's the first games that they automatically leak out? They leak out the international games first. Who's playing in London? Now is who's playing in Germany. And now they doubled up on both London and Germany because Mexico game got taken away because they're renovating their stadium. But they would have let us know who was playing in Mexico. NFL is on top of making sure that, hey, we got international games coming. If you want to international travel to see your squad or in those international sites, hey, we got the game coming to you. Get excited for it. And they let you know. NFL lets you know the first games they leak out in the schedule release is international games. Then they remind you again when the full schedule starts or the primetime games get leaked out. And then they remind you again when the full schedule get leaked out. So before you even hit May, we know the international games. We know the dates, we know who's playing, and we know where. Those three things for sure we know. So why didn't Major League Baseball, why didn't y'all follow the same suit? Get people excited about these games. If you're having international series, y'all do it when y'all go to y'all had Puerto Rico series before. I seen y'all go to Mexico before. Y'all going to Cuba before. You do the what's that? The Field of Dreams game. Y'all need to get better at advertising that. Like, before the season starts in April, late March now, y'all need to be having like the full marketing team promoting these international and these Field of Dream games. I had no idea that y'all had a 2-game set in London. And y'all know how much sports I watch. I'm usually on top of this shit. I had no idea. Major League Baseball, you got to do better at advertising your games. Speaking of baseball, let's give a shout out to the LSU Tigers. Shout out to the LSU Tigers winning the Men's College World Series tonight. That series did go 3 games. Pretty much LSU won the first game in overtime. I'm sorry, not overtime, extra innings. I get all my my sports jargon all mixed up sometimes. But they won on Saturday, game 1, 4-3 in 11 innings, so went into extra time. All right. Then Sunday, Florida, boy, they stomped them out 24-4. 24-4. So I'll get back to that in just a second, AP, because I hear what you're saying. 24-4, Florida won on Sunday, but they couldn't recreate that magic. They got stomped out 18-4 tonight. That was just a straight beat down, 18-4. Maybe you should have saved some of those runs yesterday because you could have used them tonight. So congratulations to the LSU Bayou Tigers winning the Men's College World Series tonight. I mean, hey, when you put up 18 in the national championship game, it was just meant to be. It is what it is. Especially coming back after that beat down that they took at the hands of Florida yesterday. I think it's quite impressive. But looks like Florida shot out their load yesterday, and they did not have enough juice, nowhere close enough juice to even make it a game tonight. But AP, I see your comment. He says MLB attendance has been rose 7.3%. I think it's because the games are shorter. Yes, that plays a part into it. That does play a part into it. You also look at a lot of the rule changes too. A lot of those rule changes are meant to speed up the game and get more action in the game. That's the main purpose and pretty much the backstory or the reasoning for Major League Baseball coming up with all these rules. Hey, I can watch a baseball game. I have no problem with it. I can go to a baseball game. I have no problem with it. But you're still looking at what, 7.3%, and now dollar wise, that helps Major League Baseball, but it's not growing their product faster. Smitty, what's up with you, man? How you doing? Ellie De La Cruz is the next GOAT. I don't know about next GOAT, but he is phenomenal. He's phenomenal. I mean, the guy has been in the league probably 16, 17 games and already hit for a cycle, hitting for ridiculous power. Half of his hits that he has hit for are for extra base hits. So the guy is he's like that. Shortstop, 6'5", 200 pounds. He's not your typical, shortstop size. But yeah, fastest player in the league. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. Because he's turning routine hits into doubles and shit. I can't remember what I saw him the other day. He hit it infield. Yeah, he hit it a little dribbler to the first baseman, who picked it up off a hop, and he beat the first baseman to the base when the first baseman was probably no more than 5 feet from the base, and he wasn't quick enough to get Ellie De La Cruz out. He was out of the box so quick. Next thing you know, he's sliding in the first and got an infield hit on something that's a routine out. Literally, a routine out. He hustles it out for an infield hit. I mean, the guy's fast. Guy hits for power, plays defense. So I see Golden Gloves in his future. You know what I'm saying? He's going to get some Golden Gloves. He's going to get some batting titles. I won't be shocked if he starts having 40 seasons, 40 home runs, 40 stolen bases. What can this kid not do? What can this kid not do? And it helps Major League Baseball, the fact that this kid is on a team that just went on a 12-game winning streak. And I jinxed him, y'all. I had a show on 613 Fade Production. Shout out to them. Wild Stats. And I was giving the Reds compliments. And they were on a 12-game winning streak, but they just dropped their last two to Atlanta. But, hey, it's Atlanta. Atlanta Braves are damn good this year. And they lost both of those games by one run. So it easily could have been to the other side. Regardless, you see in cats like Ellie De La Cruz, you know what I'm saying? You can't forget about Fernando Tatis, can't forget about Juan Soto. So you look at all these young guys in the National League and in the American League, young guys everywhere that are just, they're going to be flag barriers for their respective organizations for the upcoming future. So it's dope. It's dope. But one flag barrier for their organization that we will not see is Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge, well, he gonna have himself a little toe problem. Let's take a look at the Fox Sports guys talk about the situation this past weekend.
Today, which came across, and it's bad news if you're a Yankee fan. Aaron Judge revealed he's got a torn ligament in his big toe. Remember the one he hurt in this amazing catch at Dodger Stadium a few weeks ago? Well, now a torn ligament. He says he feels pain when he walks, and there is no timetable for his return. You're obviously hoping for better. It doesn't sound particularly great. And when you look at it, here's just some basic numbers, Alex. I mean, look, you're taking away an MVP, one of the greatest to play the game right now. Without Judge, the Yankees are 11-16. They're 3.3 runs a game. That's a full run and less than Judge. It is a monster deal if he can't play this year, obviously.
And we talked about it in the pregame. For the Yankees, Aaron Judge is Judge or bust, and that's going to hurt. And he's the closest thing to Barry Bonds. The Yankees are a great team without him. They're just very pedestrian without them. It'll be interesting to see, Poppy, how they react from this.
I tell you, it's. I feel bad for Aaron. I mean, he works extremely hard, and he's having another great season. I feel bad for the Yankee fans. You know, they don't get a chance to watch arguably the greatest player in the game right now on a daily basis. So hopefully,
Can the Yankees make the playoff?
They can. Yeah, they can. But I think this is when you find out the depth of an organization. Every team deals with injuries. I don't care what team you are. The best teams, 1 through 40, are the ones that go to the postseason.
The impact that he has on the Yankees lineup is unbelievable. I mean, if you see an offense shutting down right after one man goes down, that makes a huge difference. I'm worried about the Yankees' future the next couple of months based on having the big man out for a while. He's the one who accomplished, and he's the one who made the lineup in the front comfortable, and after him also. So it's gonna be a tough time for the Yankees.
KP, the biggest concern for me is simple. I mean, this is a very tough injury, something to take very seriously. However, when you're 6'7", 280 pounds, is even more concerning because you're a big load.
Yeah, hope he gets better. He's one of the best to watch, obviously, in the game.
Hey, man, and those are the experts saying this. So when you see David Ortiz speak of how important his bat is to the front of the lineup, as in, so you put Judge at either 3 or 4. So you put him at 3. You want, it puts pressure on your pitchers to get the first 2 guys out. Why? Because you don't want guys on base, and then next thing you know, you got a dangerous MVP guy like Aaron Judge coming up with guys on base. You know, that's crazy how one player can change a team, and that's my point of talking about this situation, because I think it matters on the fact on how important Aaron Judge is to this squad. Because we got to look at they're losing almost I think they said a run and a half without Judge. You know what I'm saying? So that's a dramatic drop, just your offensive production without him in the lineup. You know, we got to admit that, hey, Aaron Judge has been playing fantastic defense this year. That's an outfielder's glove that you're missing. Hell, he got hurt making a fantastic play in L.A., crashing into the gates. All right? So not only are you losing a very key bat in your lineup, a very key person in your batting lineup, you're losing a good defender. Aaron Judge has been snatching home runs from people on a numerous occasions this year, taking away hits from people, runs off the board. So he's affecting the scoreboard on both the offensive and the defensive side too. We can't forget about that. I mean, and here's what's real troubling for the Yankees is the fact that look at where they're at in the standings, guys. Look at where they're at in the standings. I know we're almost done with June. In July, and the All-Star break is coming up. There's still a good chunk of July left. It's in August. There's a September. I get that. But if he's saying that he's going to be out a timetable, and they can't even come up with a timetable when he's going to be out. I mean, you heard what he said. It's a different thing to have an injury, but a toe injury at that, torn ligament, so that's an issue. And for those who are not familiar with your toe, there's so many ligaments in there. And they said that Aaron Judge is walking and feeling pain. If he can't even walk without pain, how do you expect this man to be running in the outfield, chasing down fly balls? How do you expect this man to be, leaping across center field walls to snatch a home run that he has been doing this season? How do you expect the man to, plant right and put all that force and power through his toes to swing a bat? He's 6'7", 280. He ain't no small dude. That's a lot of force. That's a lot of torque coming down on a bad foot. And for those who don't think a foot is nothing to sneeze at, go ask Deion Sanders about foot problems. See, Deion Sanders had toes amputated off his feet because of injuries that he suffered playing football. And then they kept lingering on, and then he was having foot problems past his playing career. Had to get his toes amputated. Pieces of his calf taken out on his left leg. This is well documented. Y'all can go see it. Clearly. He had I think 2 to 3 toes taken off his left foot because of toe injuries. Wasn't no blood circulating. The toes was dead. And not to mention, Deion just got out of surgery this past weekend because of blood clots in that same leg. That was having issues with his feet getting messed up on that leg. So let's not sit here and act like, torn ligament, that don't mean nothing. No, the hell it don't. Yes, it does. It's a part of his body that he needs to succeed playing baseball. I mean, it's a foot. You need a foot in every sport. It's important in football. It's important in baseball. It's important in basketball. Damn sure important in soccer. I mean, your whole sport is built around the foot. It's important in track and field. Name a sport that a foot is not important at. I'll wait. A foot is important in every sport. And so you got to add to the fact that this is a 6'7", 280 dude having a foot problem. That's a problem. Because you don't know if the foot is going to always, heal properly. Is it going to be an issue now? Is it going to be an issue later? Is it going to be an issue down the road in the future? That's the thing with the foot. Deion Sanders had surgeries on his foot when he was a player. The problems didn't go away. Matter of fact, it was pretty much the doom of his football career. The toe took him out. Wheelchair soccer. So I understand what you're saying right here. AP, he said, I know NFL and MLB is different, but when Patrick went down, Chad, their backup did good. That's why you need a good bench or a dugout. And yes, you're right. I agree with you 100%, AP. But let me ask you this, AP. How many baseball teams you know of got an Aaron Judge starting and an Aaron Judge sitting on the bench waiting for the Aaron Judge starting to get hurt? That's not a situation most teams have. Now, I will say this. There's a possibility for the Yankees to find out what you got in your farm system, what you got on the bench, who's going to step up and take advantage of an opportunity. Now, that's one thing that can happen. You might find somebody that's be like, you know what? It's my time to shine. It's my chance. I'm going to take my opportunity now that Judge is out and people's expectations of our team, they're already down in the dumps. They're thinking we're not going to do nothing. Let me be the reason to talk about the Yankees. There might be that person. More times than not, and sometimes things like that can happen. We'll see what happens. But I know this for sure. Anytime you lose an MVP caliber player, it changes everything. It changes everything. It changes a lot. And I'm not saying that the Yankees are dead in the water. No, I'm not saying that. But we also got to realize on how important of what we saw last year and what Judge was doing this year. Judge had a historic MVP season last year, and he literally carried those Yankees to the playoffs. Now, don't get me wrong, he didn't show up in the playoffs, but I'll give him credit. He had such a historic season. While everybody was in and out of the lineup, everybody came back right before playoffs, and he was like, "Oh, I was tired. I didn't drag y'all here. Now y'all dragged me through the playoffs, and it didn't happen." He was gassed by the time the playoffs came because he did a lot of work and put in an historic regular season MVP season last year to make sure that the Yankees even get to the playoffs last year. So he was still on that high, just got paid. Just got the extension that he wanted. And hey, I understand injuries happen, but this one is a bad one. This one is a bad one for the Yankees. This is not a Stanton injury. Because say what you want, Yankees fans, when Stanton goes out, I don't think it really changes that much of your team because more times than not, Aaron Judge is still there when Stanton goes out. Now, you're looking at Stanton, you're looking at Rizzo, LeMahieu, anybody else that wants to step up and you got to fill in that void that Aaron Judge is going to be leaving. It's going to be a huge hole. Double JJ Jones, what's up, brother? What's up? Shout out to my brother. That's my guy right there, Double JJ Jones. Sucker-ish. I'll tap in with him. Man Cave Sports Podcast. The Man Cave Sports Podcast. Got to tap in with us every Saturday. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting right there. And we'll see what happens with the Yankees. But this is why it's important to hopefully they can get them back. This is why it's important because I need y'all to look at the standings. So right now in the American League, they're fourth. They're fourth in the American League. Tampa Bay, Baltimore, Texas, and then the Yankees. So the Yankees are 9.5 back. This is why this injury is significant. But this is the reason why I'm totally 100% scared for the Yankees. Because two of those three teams I named in front of the Yankees are what? They're the division opponents. Tampa Bay Rays, the best team in baseball. Baltimore Orioles have been playing better than the Yankees. They're all in the same division. Oh, let's not forget. The Toronto Blue Jays are 43-36. The Yankees are 43-35. You're only a half game up on the Blue Jays. The Boston Red Sox are 40-39. They're 43-35. So what I'm saying is the Yankees are in a division where everybody is above 500. So you're in a competitive division. So you need not only your lineup, you need everybody to step their game up because you're in a situation right now where if Aaron Judge is out for a good amount of time, you at the bottom of that division. Literally. You're at the bottom of that division. You're only a half game up on Toronto, about 3.5, 4 games up on Boston. The whole division is above 500. If Aaron Judge is out, rest of June, all of July, all of August, that changes your whole trajectory on where you're headed by the time All-Star break is even finished. Matter of fact, these standings can change before right before the trade deadline. And then that plays into a part on whether the Yankees are buyers or sellers at the trade deadline. So we got to look at this Aaron Judge injury way past just him missing time and what it does to the lineup. We got to understand that this affects whether the Yankees are buyers or sellers at the trade deadline. Because if he's out of significant amount of time and they start sliding in his close standings in just the AL East, you got to make a move. You got to find somebody. You got to find something that can look. You're not going to find anything that's going to compare to Aaron Judge, but damn, you can find something that can help ease the pain of not having Aaron Judge. So, Hey, man, I don't care what nobody say. Having no Aaron Judge is a huge problem for the Yankees. Is not a problem I recommend. But there's nothing you can do about it. Injuries happen. It's just a matter of time of how soon can they get him back in the lineup. That division, the AL East division, is going to be too close for him to be gone for a significant amount of time. I mean, it's just the fact of the matter is, this is a bad injury at the wrong time, because if he's not able to get back before August, if he's not able to get back even before September, it's bad news. It's bad news. So a lot of people been going crazy for Wembanyama. All right. And to be honest, I'm not too crazy about Wembanyama. As y'all saw the day show today, Detroit Mail even went off on a limb and said he's gonna be a bust. I'm not going that far, because here's my thing with Wembanyama. I think Wembanyama has great skills. There's one thing that scares me, and there's a should-be Hall of Famer that agrees with me. Let's take a look.
Victor Wembanyama. What do you think about him? I mean, there's a lot of hype behind him. We're seeing video every day. Sometimes I think
incredible video.
Do you think he makes a splash in this league like LeBron did?
I mean, it's wait and see game. I don't know. I think we all going to have opinions.
It's all speculation.
Yeah,
right.
We all going to have opinions what we think is going to happen. I don't know. He has a skill set. I do know that. But he is thin. Guards that's 6'8", 6'9", that's strong, get up in him and kind of, rough him up a little bit and control him. We'll see if he has that skill set to really overcome someone that's shorter and stronger than him and quicker than him. We'll see.
Yeah, that's my man T-Mac. And I agree 100% with T-Mac. That's what scares me. All right? And I have the same exact takes when it comes about Wembanyama that T-Mac has. And I'm bringing this up because I saw that Victor Wembanyama has decided to skip the FIBA World Cup this summer. And I think that's a bad idea. And the reason why I think it's a bad idea is because it speaks to what T-Mac was saying. T-Mac said, hey, he has all the skills. I'm not worried about that. I have no doubts in that. I feel the same way. I have no doubts in this guy's skills. We've seen the highlights of Wembanyama, man. Literally, Kevin Durant-esque type skills at 7'5", 220 pounds. It's phenomenal. It's something good to see. But like T-Mac said, that I 100% agree with, he's thin. Hey, have y'all seen pictures of this dude's legs and ankles? They thin. As much as we talk about Aaron Judge, who's 6'7", 280, with a bad toe situation, okay, 7'5", 200. On these little peg leg, little sticks of legs, little pencils of legs, jumping, running, cutting, dribbling, change of direction, shifting. I mean, all your movement with your lower extremities. And we're expecting that to be healthy for 82 game schedule. Maybe if a playoff run, if the Spurs happen to get there, I don't think they will. And I'm not going as far as Detroit Mail when he's saying he's going to bust. All I'm saying is I don't see the guy staying healthy. Like T-Mac said, you get these 6'7", 6'8" guards faster than you. They are going to be shorter than you, but they're going to be stronger than you because you're thin. You are slim. You are frail in the tail. Frail in the tail. Absolutely thin. And here's why I think Wembanyama should be playing these FIBA World Cup in the Summer League. He should be playing both because you need all the reps. The same thing that T-Mac is worried about with Wembanyama, I am too. That's why you need the reps. You need to see what it feels like to play against NBA caliber players. I don't give a damn if quote unquote Wembanyama been playing professional basketball since he was 14, 15 years old in France. I don't give a damn. Them French leagues ain't got no LeBron James. You know, they ain't got no Draymond Greens. They ain't got hell. They don't have those physical type of players or size wise in those French leagues. I mean, I don't know how everybody is not seeing this with this guy. He hasn't played against NBA caliber players. He hasn't. I'm talking about dudes that know the game in and out, been in the league for a minute, and they gonna see this dude with all the praise, all the hype, and guess what? He's about to go to a San Antonio team where there ain't much around it. And guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna hone in and key in on Wembanyama. They're gonna rough this dude up. They're gonna rough him up. When it comes to rebounds on the free throws, man, you get one of these Draymond Green elbows in your little rib, Wembanyama, you're going to be able to take it. You're going to get a hip check from Draymond, or you're going to be able to withstand it for 48 minutes in a basketball game. You know? Hey, man, say what you want. Competitive juices and the competitive spirit runs through everybody. They're going to be cats that's going to be wanting to prove themselves against Wembanyama. When that regular season kicks off in October, there's going to be cats lining up waiting. Yo, man, I can't wait to get my shot at Victor. It happens. He's a rookie. Oh, you the big little 7'5" giant motherfucker they been talking about, old French ass motherfucker. Okay, well, we about to see what you really made of. So that's why he needs to get all the reps he can, because it matters. If he gets the reps in now, playing the FIBA World Cup, because Team USA is going to be loaded with NBA guys. They're not the cream of the crop of the NBA guys, but there's NBA guys on there. You know, I'm pretty sure there's other teams. Spain usually has a good amount of NBA talent that he's going to probably face. You know, Argentina, all these other countries that produce, you know, international stars for the NBA. He needs to get all the reps he can. I mean, I mean, yeah. Oh, them rookies waiting to dog Victor. It's gonna be cats lining up, waiting to take a shot at Victor. He needs to be ready for it. Not only his body, but his mental. Because what if he's not mentally ready to take on the physicality of the NBA game? Now, don't get it twisted, y'all. We ain't talking about the same NBA game that we grew up on, late 80s, early 90s, early 2000s, where you could get away with some stuff from the whistle. But pretty much early 2000s on, it kind of starts shifting. It is not so much contact, but there's still contact because it's still a physical sport. You know, you're going to bump into each other. What happens when Victor Wembanyama is waiting to try to get a rebound and one of these guys undercut him? You know what I'm saying? What happens if you know, going up for a rebound and people fall at his feet and legs and they run into his knees and his ankles and stuff like that? Can he withstand it? That's all I'm saying. That's the only thing that scares me with Wembanyama. So get. Hey, it's repetitions. Look, for instance, we can all relate to repetition and why reps matter. I'm on episode 333 on this late night owl shit. If y'all go back to YouTube and go look at episode 1 through probably 100, shit was rough. Shit was rough. Shit was not smooth sailing. All right. But hopefully by episode 333 now, hopefully I think I know what the hell I'm doing, right? But episode 1 of Late Night Owl, this shit was rough. Episode 20 was still rough. It got better, but it was still rough. Episode 50, it was rough, but it wasn't as rough as episode 20, and damn sure not as rough as episode 1. You need reps. It's the same thing. Like, I don't become as good as I am in the kitchen if I don't have reps. You know, nobody comes out, hey, you're a Michelin 5-star chef. No, not from the rip, not from the gate. You know, Michael Jordan didn't become Michael Jordan off the rip. He had to work for it, had to get the reps in, had to earn it, had to go through some shit. Nobody comes out the gate being who they are intended to be. You work up to it. You earn it. You put the reps in. You put the work into it. Now, as much as he put the work in to get drafted, he needs to put the work in and to be ready for this type of basketball with his body frame. I don't know why he shouldn't. I don't know why he was so quick to brush off playing in the FIBA, so quick to brush off playing in something. I think he needs all the reps. He needs to be playing in both of them. And I'm not saying he needs to get extended minutes, you know, playing all 48 minutes for every game. No, I'm not saying that. But he needs enough repetitions to get the feel of playing NBA pro ballers, get the repetition of the physicality of that type of basketball, and then adjust his body and his training with his body to get prepared for it. I go back to Giannis Antetokounmpo all the time. Y'all remember when Giannis first got in the league? That dude was scrawny as hell. That boy was a string bean. Matter of fact, he was the Milwaukee Buck for real. Y'all remember when Bambi came out the womb all bobbled and weaving? Couldn't get the balance right because you was frail in the tail. But once you start training your body, okay. Oh, he's running real fluid like a deer now. Now look at Giannis. Train his body right. He knows how to take the physical component of the NBA game. Train his body to take on the physical component of the NBA game. Let's not act like it can't happen. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we seen Kenny Lofton Jr. from Memphis put Wemby in the post and dunk on him. Yep. I can't wait to see Scoop versus Wemby. Yeah. And I know he's 7'5", but he's still a liability on defense. He's not he don't have that speed like that. He's not fast. So I won't be surprised if Kenny Lofton Jr. and other cats like that be like, yo, man, I yoked on this dude back in the day. Yo, I'll show you how you can get him again. So there's gonna be guys head hunting for homie. There's gonna be dudes going for homie. That's just the fact of the matter is. Fact of the matter is. And look, I'm not saying on here dude is gonna have an injury riddled career. All I'm saying is that there should be cause for concern on the way that his body is built. Like, you know what I'm saying? You should have some type of concern. I'm like, okay. Because we've seen him before. Chet Holmgren couldn't even make his rookie season last year. He's built the same way. KD's built the same way. We've seen how his body type has been pretty much killing his back half of his career because he can't stay healthy. All right. Who else have we seen like that? We've seen Porzingis. Porzingis is not an automatic to give you extended seasons where he's going to give you at least 65 to 70 on a regular. So we've seen body types like him not hold up so well in the NBA. That's all I'm saying. I'm not wishing no ill will on the young kid. I want him to have all the success in the world. But bro, stop skipping leg day. Get a personal trainer or one of these strength and conditioning coaches on your team and get right, my boy. Get ready. I know you're excited. You're doing the San Antonio World Tour. You #1 pick. You're taking pictures with Tim, taking pictures with Tony, Manu, David, the Admiral. I remember when Avery Johnson used to say that shit used to piss me off. The Admiral, David Robinson. So you're doing all these photo ops and doing all this stuff, but guess what? Wemby, you didn't have the team built like they did. David Robinson was able to have Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan was able to have Manu and Tony with him. We talking about prestigious championship winning teams right here. So the pressure is on. I don't think Spurs fans, don't be upset if the first 2 to 3 years that y'all don't even make the play-in tournament. Because besides Wemby, y'all really ain't got too much on that squad. Y'all really don't. Ain't too much in there that I'm running to go, man, hey man, NBA, take my money. I gotta watch the Spurs. Nope, that shit ain't happening. There ain't nothing besides Wemby that's really, oh man, I gotta go see that. No. So let's be honest. It's good. Because of Wemby and of Popovich, I might give y'all 25 wins just because those two alone. But other than that, I ain't got shit really popping down there in San Antonio. So don't be shocked. Don't be shocked if y'all do a good bit of losing. That's all I'm saying. And that's for real. All right, let's go to our last topic because y'all know how we do around here. We talk about how coaching matters all the time here. All right, coaching matters. Coaching matters. And so there's one team that I've been talking about that I think is going to have a down year, and that's the Buffalo Bills. I think they're going to have a down year. I don't think they did enough in the free agency or the draft to really make that much of a difference. And so Leslie Frazier is no longer there with the team. All right. And I came across this Pat McAfee show segment clip. And matter of fact, I'm just going to play it and we're going to take a listen to it.
You know, I think they have a lot of things going on. Let's go back to Leslie Frazier's departure, the defensive coordinator, right? You know, Sean McDermott wants to call the defensive plays, and Leslie Frazier was in charge of that. Now, let's even go further back. 13 seconds in Kansas City, McDermott took over the play calls on that drive that resulted in a field goal. Ooh. That didn't sit well with Leslie. The next year, he kept calling the defense. But this year, McDermott wants to call the defense. And Leslie, for whatever reason, he said, no, look, that was the agreement we had. So he decided to leave and take a sabbatical. And so I think there's a little bit of an undercurrent there.
Hey, have you said this publicly before, what you just said there?
I said it on my podcast. Yeah, I said it on my podcast on the GM Shuffle. I said it on what day? I think Thursday. I think I said it yesterday or Friday or Monday. I forget. I lose sight of the days.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of different days that could potentially said it there with a lot of different time. That's the first time I'm hearing that.
Breaking news.
That's why I put it on the ticker.
True. Well, so I think there's some internal combustion going on within that building.
Hey, and that's Michael Lombardi that was on the Pat McAfee show a few weeks back. And to me, that speaks volumes. As you heard Lombardi say, like back when the Bills had lost to the Chiefs in that divisional game. And Leslie Frazier, he wasn't calling those defensive plays leading up to that 13-second comeback. And next year after that, he was able to, regain his defensive coaching duties. But going into this season, Sean McDermott said, no, I want to call defense. Leslie Frazier said, no, then get me up out of here. And rightfully so. Rightfully so that Leslie Frazier got the hell up out of there. And the reason why I say this is because, let's be honest, look at Leslie Frazier under Buffalo Bills since he was there. So 2017, he has the defense 18th in scoring points, 26th in yards. So they're giving up some yards. They're about middle of the pack when it comes to points. 2018, they're 18th in points Again, second in yards. So now they fixed the yardage problem. They're a top team in not allowing you to get down the field. All right. 2019. So this is when it all turns around. They're second in points, as in they're not allowing you to score. And they're third in yardage. So you're not scoring and you're not getting down the field. All right. 2020. Have a bit of a regress. 16 in points, 14th overall defense in yardage. All right, so that's about a middle of the pack defense. But then he recorrects it. 2021. First in points, first in yards. So top, number one defense. Last year, second in points, 6 in yards. Look, the proof is in the pudding. You're getting a good damn defense, a solid defense at best. That's the floor when you have Leslie Frazier as your D coordinator in Buffalo. The ceiling, top defense. The floor is an average at best, middle of the pack defense. Ceiling, top defense. I mean, let's be honest now. Let's be honest. When you look at these teams in especially in the AFC, that matters. Going against Joe Burrow and that monster is a wide receiver trio that he has. You're going against Tua twice a year now, and all the weapons he has in Miami. Now you're going against Aaron Rodgers with the Rookie of the Year Garrett Wilson and other various options on offense that are coming back. Breece Hall's coming back. You know, you go get Aaron Rodgers' favorite target, Alan Lazard, Randall Cobb. They may not make a huge impact, but it's going to help the other wide receivers and other players on offense be more in tune on how Aaron Rodgers works. All right. So that does matter to a certain extent. All right. Mac Jones I'm kidding. We ain't got to worry about Mac Jones and the Patriots. I'm bullshitting, y'all. I'm bullshitting. I ain't got to worry about them. But you got to face Aaron Rodgers twice, Tua in those weapons twice. You're probably going to see Burrow and the Bengals in that dynamic offense, Mahomes in that offense, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson. I'm up to 7 teams with offenses you're going to have to deal with on the AFC side. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even got to Philly. Whoever the quarterback is in San Francisco, it don't matter. But if you got to face them, dynamic offense, you know. And so, how do you expect to win a defense? How do you expect to win a Super Bowl with your defensive a coach who's no longer there that has helped you, given you the opportunities to win and get to a Super Bowl? Because he's giving you at the floor minimum an average defense that is middle of the pack, and to the ceiling a top defense. That's what you're getting with Leslie Frazier as a defensive coordinator, and he's no longer there. All that speaks volumes to me. Not only do you got that issue, we can't forget about the Stephon Diggs little situation was going on over there. Don't. Hey, laugh if you want to. What Jay said. Hey, who's the new Madden cover boy? Don't act like Madden curses don't exist. It's been going on. Everybody that ends up on Madden either probably has a down year or a hurt year. Let's not act like that don't happen. They don't exist. I'm sorry, Buffalo got a few little things that is going against them. And to me, the biggest one is not having Leslie Frazier in the building anymore. That matters. I mean, if Michael Lombardi is true with what he's saying, where Leslie Frazier was not calling those defensive play calls in that 13-second game, then I don't blame Leslie Frazier for getting the hell up out here. You taking my coaching duties away when, hell, we had the game in hand in Kansas City. And all you had to do was kill 13 seconds, and you called one of the worst defensive play calls or series in all of football. Literally giving up all the space in the world. No pressure on Mahomes. I love Patrick Mahomes. Y'all know me. I'm a Chiefs fan. But you put pressure on any quarterback, it changes the way a quarterback plays, no matter how good he is. So, hey, man, I just got to be real with it. Buffalo, I think they're going to have a down year, and having Leslie Frazier, not having him in the building, calling your defensive play calls, to me, is the biggest reason why they are going to have a down year this year. And let's not forget, what are some of the names that they have on defense? Yeah, Ed Oliver, I think he's nice. Gregory Rousseau, he's nice. Milano, he's all right. The safeties with Poyer and Hyde, they are nice when they're healthy. But other than that, Von Miller, he played for some of last year. Come on, Jay. Jay, I love you, Jay. I'm glad you hit LOL. But Leslie Frazier has given you that type of defense with he ain't got no Micah Parsons. He ain't got no TJ Watt. He don't have a Minkah Fitzpatrick or no Sauce Gardner, you know. So Leslie Frazier has schemed up that Bills defense to go against some good offenses, and more times than not, he's won. So I just think this is a bad move on Buffalo, and that whole little window that they had, I think it's closing quick. It happened. It started to close when Dayball left. It closed some more when Leslie Frazier left. I think that window is itty bitty open, slightly open. But yeah, I think Bills are. Yeah, they gotta figure out something. But look, y'all, man, we gonna shut it down. Appreciate everybody tapping in, chopping it up with your boy. Y'all know what it is. Catch me, Wildcard Mar, on Twitter at KC Wildcard Mar, Wildcard Mar on Facebook and Instagram. Let's give a shout out to Let's Talk Sports, Sideline Sports. Did a great interview with Dan yesterday. So if y'all going over to Let's Talk Sports YouTube channel, check out that interview with me and Dan. Had a great time with him. Chopped it up, talked some sports. That was a fantastic time. So definitely shout out to Dan and Let's Talk Sports, Sideline Sports. What up? Hey, show up some love to my fellas out there. Man Down Sports, Zoe, Jay, Chris, Melvin Wall, my other brothers at 613 Faye Productions, Mike T, G Money, Double JJ Jones, D Man K Sports Podcast, Sucker Ish, Hollywood Rant, G Money's Bets, Wild Stats. Wow. Anyway, hey man, that was a great Monday show. Tap in with us tomorrow for another Taco Tuesday. Hey, and we'll see y'all tomorrow again, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace and love, y'all. We out.
Silent Hill, TD, yes. Hitchhikers.
Yeah, smoking so much dope, I'm seeing traces. Visual lasers, load across the scene is dangerous, aggressive like